Ho ho ho! Welcome to a very special Christmas edition of Scamwatch. My name is Jake Smith, and I am the creator, writer, director, star, pretty much god of Scamwatch, and I am really excited to be here to share with you my top 5 moments from the first series of Scamwatch. But that's not all. We have an amazing giveaway at the end of this episode where I'm going to give you the chance to win some amazing Scamwatch goodies, and I'm going to share with you today the future of this channel. We are growing. We are going to have multiple new series on this channel. It's so exciting, and I cannot wait to share with you. But before we get into all that, I have a very special message from a very special man, and I would like to share it with you now.
Hello everyone, I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the Scamwatch Christmas party this year. I'm busy repainting me cat. It's been a pleasure being ridiculous for you in 2021, and I look forward to being ridiculous for you in 2022, along with hopefully some new friends. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Is that alright? Am I done? Good. Go watch fucking Country Father.
Well, insightful as always from Peter. So, let's not piss about. Let's get straight in with the top 5. Coming in at number 5, we have a clip from episode 5, the first scam ever. Now, I really enjoy taking on the character of French Police Inspector Vidocq. This was our least successful episode on this channel. And I think that's a bit unfair. Like, this was bit of an experiment of an episode. I took some time of the episode to do something a bit different than just the normal advanced fee scam. I delved into history, and I really enjoyed making it. And I think it's a shame that it's one of the least. It is the least watched video on the channel. So I'm quite glad I get the chance to air what, in my opinion, is the 5th best moment of the show so far. So yes, here's a clip from episode 5.
The use of a second party is a common trope in advanced fee scams. Helps add a layer of believability. In some cases, there actually is a second person acting the part of the lawyer, or the banker, or the friend, or the relative, or whoever the second character in the scam is. In other cases, more often than not, it's all one person with multiple email accounts. The use of a second person in scams can be traced all the way back to the very first recorded advanced fee scam, which, you might be surprised to hear, predates email by over a century. One of the first known forms of the advanced fee scam was recorded by French criminal turned detective Eugene Francois Vidocq, who incidentally was the inspiration for both the lead characters in Victor Hugo's Les Miserables. He's also considered to be the father of the modern French police department. He writes, "Prisoners obtained the address of certain rich people living in the province, which was easy from the number of prisoners who were constantly arriving. Then they wrote letters to them, colloquially referred to as Letters of Jerusalem." The memoir includes an example. "Sir, you will undoubtedly be astonished at receiving a letter from a person unknown to you, who is about to ask a favor from you. But the sad condition in which I am placed, I am lost if some honorable person will not lend me succor. That is the reason of my addressing you, of whom I have heard so much that I cannot for a moment hesitate to confide all my affairs to your kindness. As valet de chambre to the Marquis de Pamplemousse, I emigrated with my master, and that we might avoid suspicion, we traveled on foot, and I carried the luggage, consisting of a casket containing 16,000 francs in gold, and the diamond of the late Marchioness." Despite the archaic language, a lot of tropes which are still common in these scams to this day are present. The "you will doubtlessly be astonished" is very familiar in context. The next part of the letter is equally as familiar. The master and his servant had to drop the luggage with the money during their escape, and the servant was apprehended when he returned for it. "In this cruel situation, having heard mention of you by a relation of my master's, I beg to know if I cannot, through your aid, obtain the casket in question and get a portion of the money which it contains. I could then supply my immediate necessities and pay my counsel who detects this, and assures me that by some presence I could extricate myself from this affair." Another common scam of the time was the Spanish prisoner scam, where a supposed wealthy prisoner would contact and tell the recipient that they had been wrongfully imprisoned and that they could provide riches and a beautiful daughter to marry if the mark would send money to bribe the guards so they could escape. These cons at the time, according to Vidocq, had about a 1 in 5 success rate. They might not be as successful now, but they remain popular into the 20th century.
As a musicals fanboy, I probably got a little bit too much enjoyment from being able to include a Les Mis reference in that clip. Anyway, at number 4, we have a clip from episode 4, Scammers in Love. And the clip I want to show you is the quiz from the end of the episode. Now, Scammers in Love is the longest episode we've made on this channel. And in hindsight, the 2-part series, both of which clock in at nearly half an hour, should have been a 4-parter. Having episodes that were that long meant that the audience retention rate was really, really low. And brilliant bits like this at the end of the episode only got seen by like 20% of the audience. So it's great that I get a chance to show off this section again, because it's a bit that I'm really proud of. In my opinion, it's one of my finest little bits of silly editing. So yes, without further ado, here is a clip from episode 4.
I hope you're not put off by any of this. It's interesting you say you like to sleep in the nude. I usually wear silk pyjamas, but I do occasionally enjoy the feel of a soft duvet against my pink naked buttocks. Sorry if the image of me nude upsets you. With sincere affections, your Peter. Lisa replied a couple of days later with the amazing idea that we try a quick Q&A to get to know each other better.
I thought I would ask you a few questions, and I hope these are okay with you. If you see something you do not want to answer, that is okay. Well, I hope these questions are not out of line and you do not get upset at me for asking some of them.
Peter, of course, obliged his new romantic interest by answering her questions. Oh, a Q&A. What a lovely idea. What do you value most in a relationship? Loyalty. After my ex-wife left me for Padre the Ice Cream Man, all I want is someone honest and loyal. What is your favourite holiday of the year? Oh, National Talk Like a Pirate Day. What quality is most attractive to you in a partner? Finely tuned timekeeping skills. Have you ever driven a car? No, but I have driven a lorry. What is your relationship like with your parents? Sometimes I chat to their graves. They never answer. Have you ever been to other countries? I travelled extensively across Canada in my late teens. What are your long-term goals? Lose some weight, find love, produce an heir. Have you ever been fishing? No, filthy habit. Name 3 things you'd like to have in common with your partner. Height, weight, favourite ice cream flavour. If you could, where would you like to go on a vacation? Renaissance Italy. What makes you laugh? Those Russian meerkat fellows they have on telly. Fucking hilarious. What is your ideal romantic evening? Bottle of cheap plonk, a plate of microwave spag bowl and a movie. What is one thing you will not tolerate in a relationship? Fishing. What is your favourite colour? Mauve. What is your biggest strength and weakness? My biggest strength is the ability to know my weaknesses. My biggest weakness is thinking I'm stronger than I am. Which do you like more, chocolate or ice cream? Chocolate ice cream. Are you family orientated? Yes. I want kids so bad, it's just not happened for me yet. Would you enjoy taking a shower with your partner? Most definitely, though we need a larger shower. How do you spend your downtime? Drunk. Do you have a favorite position for making love? Reverse astronaut on a unicycle. What do you believe is your worst quality? I'm just too handsome. What do you like your partner to do whilst making love? I'm a simple man in the bedroom. Just slip into your Donald Duck costume and work your magic. Are you a grudge holder? No, I'm not, despite what my bitch of an ex-wife said about me. Before she was killed, that is. What is the longest relationship you've been in and why did it end? Why did it end? Why did it end? Longer than I care to remember. And it ended because she decided to lick a Spaniard's ice lolly when me back was turned, bitch. For what in life do you feel the most grateful? The impeccable vocal talents of ABBA. And that's all we've got time for today on Lisa's Q&A. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
At number 3, we have a clip from the very first episode of Scamwatch. Now, the first episode of Scamwatch wasn't actually conceived as the first of a series. It was a one-off silly little video that I was making for my Facebook, because someone had attempted to scam me on Facebook Marketplace. And I thought it would be quite a funny video. So I made it, I enjoyed it, I got into scam baiting and started looking at forums and watching videos on YouTube, and then I thought, there's a series in this, and there's something, I can give it something that other people don't. I can give it that sort of character-based narrative comedy angle, which I think is unique to Scamwatch, and you can see the genesis of it in this episode, but it's a very different feel to the episodes that followed, because it wasn't intended as the first of a series.
A few days ago, I was contacted by someone claiming to be a very close relative of mine. They had the same name, the same profile picture, and yet it was immediately pretty obvious that they had nothing to do with me. It might have been something to do with the little notice Facebook attached to the top of the message saying, "This is not your friend." So this is what they said.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. You?
Good to hear from you.
Just checking on you and wondering if you have heard about the Health and Human Service National Institute of Health and Government grant offer yet.
No? What's that?
It's a healthcare world humanitarian financial benefit payment program, helping the retired workers, single, married, disabled, unemployed and widows to be able to meet up with their medical bills, outstanding debt and also to maintain their standard way of living. I got £50,000 health care compensation funds from the program when I applied for it through the director in charge of the program. Have you heard of attorney Elaine Smith-Reed before?
Can't say I have.
She's the attorney in charge of the grant. She told me the grant program isn't a loan and I will not be having to pay it back. I can help you with the information to contact them and apply for it as well.
Sounds great.
Here is the attorney private number. Tell her you are from me and that you are ready to apply for a grant.
Are you sure that number's correct? That's a Nebraska dining code. Why would someone working for the UK government be in Nebraska? Then they sent a link and they said,
just click on the link and text that you're from me and you're ready to apply for a grant. Keep me posted on how it goes with you. I pray you also qualify.
Rolling in at number 2, we have a little bit of a cheat. This is actually 2 clips. A clip from the first part of the angriest scam ever and the second part of the angriest scam ever. And it's the ending of both episodes because he was just... This guy was a gift to this channel. Like, both of his videos are the best performing videos on this channel. And I cannot thank him enough for, frankly, just giving me so much content without any effort. So yes, clips from the angriest scammer ever.
He would have found it said the following. The Royal Bank of Scamborough, 123 Fishing Street, Cuntborough, FUKYOU. Payee, Geronimo Carrotson. Amount... Spelt incorrectly. Fuck off. Amount, absolutely fuck all. Recipient, Mark Anthony or Joseph Sanusi or whoever the fuck you really are. Details. This payment receipt is to show that Joseph Sanusi has been well and truly served with a healthy dose of time-wasting and shenanigans. Have a pleasant day, you good-for-nothing scammer cunt. Carefully or not, I know he read it because his next email said, "Play me jokes with million USD." I'm not sure what he meant by that. Did he want me to pay him $1 million? Bitch, this channel isn't even monetized. I don't have that kind of money. Or was he trying to admonish me for joking when there was $1 million on the line? Because I'm pretty sure Ruth had said the inheritance was
$35,400,000.
Either way, it was time for Peter to go back to bed for another month. His work was done. He'd rattled the scammer's cage and unleashed, without a doubt, the angriest scammer I'd ever come across. His caps lock key must be worn down to the fucking nub. I said, "Dear whoever the fuck you are, from Wikipedia, Chief Dr. Joseph Oladele Sanusi, born 24th of September 1938, is a Nigerian chartered accountant who was governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria from May 1999 to May 2004. This is Joseph Sanusi. You are not Joseph Sanusi. As you have no doubt realised by now, there is no such person as Peter G. Carrotson. I usually take a pleasure in wasting the time of scammers like you. You, however, were no pleasure whatsoever to converse with. Your aggression and violent behaviour only serve to your criminal nature. I know people like you have no chance of learning a lesson. I'm not doing this because I think I can stop you scamming people. I just like knowing I've wasted your time and potentially prevented you from scamming at least someone. The real Joseph Sanusi worked hard as a banker throughout their career, and you bring shame to their name. This conversation will soon go live on YouTube. Cheers for the content. The Scamwatcher." And that's it. Well, almost. Even faced with the knowledge that nothing he'd seen was true, and that the person he was scamming didn't even exist, the fake Mr. Sanusi couldn't resist one last go at it. Pay! So, ever the grown-up, I finished off this odyssey with one final knife twist. No. Hi Joe, as promised, here is your gift card. I've scratched the back off as you requested. I look forward to receiving the money into my account now you've got your gift card. Thanks for all your help. Cheers, Peter. He wasn't happy. I did not see the card. Write it down, let me see. Attach the card well too. Dear Joe, I'm ever so sorry you couldn't see the card. It must be a bad angle. Is this picture any better? Hope that works for you. I used the light from my TV to make it clear. I'm watching Farage. What a babe. Love, Peter. I think this is where Sanusi started to smell a turd. You are playing with me, okay? If not,
Write the code to me.
Sorry, was me finger over the code or something? I didn't realise. I've blue tacked it onto the wall to get a good view this time. I know I definitely got the old card in. Was worried it might be a bit tough to make it out this way, so I've circled it for you. I hope you don't think I'm being annoying on purpose, Mr. Saruni. I'm just useless with technology. I can barely type my own name. Regards, Pooter. Right, only code, Mugu! Hello, Joseph. What is a Mugu? Mugu is a Nigerian term used to describe someone regarded as a fool or someone who is very gullible or being conned. He's literally telling me I'm a scam.
Now, before we get on to number 1, and of course the giveaway, I'd like to talk to you about the future of this channel, which I am so excited to do. As you all probably have realised, content on this channel is extremely irregular. Scamwatch is really hard to make, with editing and writing, and the conversations themselves can take anywhere between a week and in one case a couple of months. Like, this is a really complicated show to make, and making it regular is just not an option. But the YouTube algorithm demands regular content. It rewards regular content. Channels are only going to succeed. They're only going to get the subscribers and the likes if they get pushed by the algorithm, and they're only going to get pushed by the algorithm if they produce regular content. So the way I can see it, there are only 2 options, which I'd like to talk about now.
Option 1. I could dilute Scamwatch. I could turn it into a sort of react show where I find other people's scam baiting stories, I turn them into scripts, and I read them out. And sure, I could pump out a video a week like that, and it would probably be somewhat entertaining, but it wouldn't be what Scamwatch is. It wouldn't be what this channel's about. You guys subscribed for my content, my scam baiting, my characters, and I'm determined to keep up that high quality. I've always made videos that I would want to watch myself, and I really want to continue doing that. So I decided to go with option 2, which means that from New Year, this channel will be rebranded InfoWatch. Scamwatch will still continue to be made, and it will still be released on the same sort of infrequent, special basis, much like it is at the moment. But meanwhile, 2 brand new series will be launching on this channel, airing every other week. First up, we have History Watch, where I will dramatise and perform hilarious, interesting, and weird historical stories in the same character-based, back-and-forth, narrated comic way that you've come to expect from this channel. Think Scamwatch meets Horrible Histories on acid. History Watch will release on the first Wednesday of every single month. Next, Politics Watch. I know, politics are boring. But what if they weren't? Our politicians are pompous, ridiculous, and weird, and now they're reimagined as hilarious characters in this web series. It owes a lot to Jay Foreman's Politics Unboring, but this series will examine the stupider side of politics in a narrative way, which takes current affairs and reimagines them into a podcast sitcom. I'm really excited to produce something narrative on this channel, and I wanted to keep it informative as well as entertaining. But I am, by passion and by trade, a playwright. It's what I want to do. It's what I love doing. And so to produce something for this channel that's narrative, I just can't wait. And I think you're really going to enjoy Politics Watch. It'll release on the 3rd Wednesday of every month. Therefore, you know, there'll be a video every other week when you combine it with History Watch. And if you stay tuned to the end of this video, there is a really special sneak peek of just like something I produced as a sort of proof of concept for Politics Watch. So yeah, all this content will begin to be released in February, which gives me January to sort of make the videos. My aim is to try and make 3 of each video in January, smash them out so that I've got 3 months of content ready to go, scheduled, so that I never have to worry about getting behind. The series are going to be just as high quality, if not more high quality than Scamwatch, but I'll be able to make them faster and quicker and easier because they focus on existing stories and situations rather than me having to have month-long conversations before I can even start writing the video. Of course, Scamwatch is not going anywhere. It's still going to happen. It'll still be on an every 6 to 8 week schedule, and you'll still be able to enjoy Scamwatch the same way you always have. All this means is that there is going to be 2 new shows that you might really love. And if you don't love them, that's not the end of the world. Just tune in for Scamwatch and ignore the other stuff. That's what a lot of people will do. So, you know, you can't lose, really. You either get some new stuff that you like, or you just pretend it's not there and carry on watching Scamwatch like you always have. Now, back to video me.
Now, let's finish our top 5 with my favourite moment from the whole of Scamwatch Series 1. And there really wasn't any contest. This is my favourite episode that I've made. It's the one I'm most proud of. And I think if this episode hadn't worked, nothing else would have come after it. I talk, of course, of episode 2, Scammers in Love. And the clip I want to show you is from the end of the episode when Peter declares his undying love for the amazing Famke Breeman.
My dearest Famke, I don't see any point in the money without you. I found this picture you sent me on our last night together. It was a beautiful night. We made love until the sun came up, and in the distance, we could hear the fireworks from the magical Mickey parade. You look beautiful in that picture. You look beautiful on that night. You are beautiful. I can't proceed unless you tell me you love me, Famke. Say those words and I'll fill in whatever damned forms you like. I need to hear you say you love me. Yours, eternally, Pete. Gary. But Famke was unmoved.
CC Peter, how are you doing? Could you provide the details for us to proceed with your funds disbursement? Committed to your service, Miss Famke Breeman.
Heart trembling, Peter decided to go big or go home. Only a big gesture would show his darling Famke how much she meant to him. My darling Famke! I cannot continue until you either tell me you love me or break my heart. I need closure. With that in mind, last night I took an impulsive decision. Darling, don't be mad. I'm outside. I'm literally outside your workplace right now. I won't bother you while you're working, but if you let me know when your lunch break is, we can go for some waffles or beer. I hear they're quite popular in Belgium. I'm still waiting to hear you say I love you, and then I'll answer your questions, provide whatever details you want, and we can share the money together forever. With all my love, Peter. Gary. No reply. The penny had dropped. Famke was gone.
So that's it. That is my top 5 moments from Scamwatch Series 1, but they are my top 5 moments. You might have a different opinion, and that is why I have decided to have a giveaway. On the screen now, there should be a shiny Scamwatch poster design that I've spent the last week knocking up. Now, if you make sure you're subscribed and comment below with your favourite moment from Scamwatch Series 1, I will choose one of those comments and I will send them that poster and some other surprise-free Scamwatch goodies. It's really that easy. Just make sure you're subscribed, comment below, you might get picked. And if you don't get picked, oh well, you've not lost anything. All you did was subscribe and make a comment. So that's it. I'd like to finish off by wishing you all a very, very Merry Christmas and an exceptionally Happy New Year. And we're going to finish off with a little taster of what's to come from Politics Watch, which I'm really excited to show you. So, take it away, Bozza!
Oh, hi.
Who is it?
It's carol singers.
Well, give him a quid and tell him to bugger off.
Bills are soaring, inflation rising, children starving. Deal with it. It's the season of Brexit repercussions, 'cause my deal was fucking shit. Time for protest and rebellions, demonstrations. What's all that for? You'll be arrested if you cause annoyance. Freedom's taken by Pritzker's law. We're gonna have a party tonight. I'm gonna find those contracts, hand them out to all my mates. We'll spend your tax dosh. Police are beating whilst you're not eating. A fascist state we installed by stealth. Making it harder for you to vote us out now.
while we redistribute all your wealth. We're gonna demonize the refugees. Are gonna start a culture war and play the racist card to bring you to your knees. Petrol missing, shelves are empty, the people dying, COVID's done. It's the season of Tory corruption. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone.